I'd like to do a voiceover for the Martina Cole book.
Yeah, but is it not more
Audiobook?
Cockney kind of...
I can do Cockney.
You are fucking boss at accents, mate.
Are you joking? Sound like the
Alright.
Artful Dodger.
All right.
Yeah, that's good.
You think?
The Scottish
Down the apples and pears
I love it.
for a little as your father.
The one with the funny hair.
Yeah, you know, it's my favourite.
Yeah.
Oh, no
So
way!
he's my favourite of all
Shut
time.
up.
Right?
Wow!
So
That's big.
he's
God, I'd have one of those.
he's my favourite of all time.
Jealous of that?
It looks more like the new Ronaldo.
Yeah, I think he's
Doesn't
actually
it?
looks
It's
quite
like-
good.
That's good. That's young Ronaldo. That's in prime.
That's prime. That's 2002 Ronaldo. So that, you know, for me, football is everything. I mean,
And that
unfortunately
proves
for my
it.
mum. Unfortunately for my mum just like.
Guys, you know we promised to reveal Ross if we hit that 100,000 mark on our subscribers. We're still not there. So you clearly don't want to see Ross as much as you say you do.
Yeah, hit subscribe. It helps, and you can see Ross.
Hello and welcome to the Therapy Crouch with me, Abby Clancy.
Me, Peter Crouch.
And you, Ross Pitt. Will you sit down?
Sorry, guys. How are we? It's like a maze in here now with all these building equipment around.
Amazing.
No, because you've just come in, wrecked my new room.
Yeah, I apologise.
So we've got a very special guest today.
Yeah. So we've got a guest today, which would be great. You know, like
Yeah.
be interesting. To hear, all I want to hear his take on you at the Brits when you presented an award with him.
At the Ed Sheeran Award.
Yeah, we'll save that. I'd like to know what his thoughts on that, because I've got my thoughts.
Yeah, so we've got an amazing guest today. The lovely Roman Kemp.
Ronan or Roman?
Did I say Ronan?
He said Ronan.
So fucking,
Great start.
I'm glad you got it out here. Jesus Christ.
Didn't say that.
You've been listening
Rewind.
to Blues, what's it called? Boyzone.
Boyzone.
But yeah, we know.
That
Like, I've
cruise
done
roller
various
coaster.
interviews with him before. Like, the should be on the other foot. Like, I've been on Capital and stuff.
He's
few
a
times.
good interviewer.
Yeah, he's very professional. He's not like
Very
not
professional.
like this shambles.
And he's a
He
lovely
actually
boy.
knows what he's doing. You know, he's interviewed us lots of times, and it'd be nice to interview him
Yeah.
about what he's up to now. So we won't catch up too much because we'll get into the interview. So we'll just go straight into the weekly ones. Have you got anything for me?
I had one, but I forgot.
Well, Pete, why didn't you start with yours? Because that usually prompts a number from Abby.
Yeah, as soon as I go,
Yeah.
she stops me short and then
Yeah.
unloads both barrels. My one is, why have you turned our house into a health and wellness centre? There's what looks like a tanning salon in the hallway and an oxygen chamber in the office.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
So basically, I'm on this health mission. I just want to do everything we can to improve and maintain our health. So I found this company, Optimal Health, and I got a hyperbaric chamber and an infrared bed.
Of course.
As you do.
Yeah, but it's,
What does the infrared bed do?
everything. It's
Apart from give you the tan. Because I was
Apart from
like, can we whack that on? I'll do 9 minutes before we start. And she went, it doesn't give you the tan.
I look gorgeous.
No, it's for
Oh, it's just health stuff.
no, it's for inflammation. It's good for your brain, your bones, your skin, collagen production, anti-wrinkle, detoxification. It's just an all-round. Have you not heard of red light therapy?
No.
It's everywhere at the moment.
He's heard of
Red
the
light
district.
sun.
He knows the district well.
You know. And then the hyperbaric chamber is basically an oxygen tank. And, it's good for everyone. It's anti-inflammatory. It's basically the equivalent of being 4 meters underwater. And with that pressure, pushes the oxygen into every cell in your body. So can help with so many illnesses like Crohn's. It's just anti-inflammatory, detoxifying.
Sounds good.
You could be a spokesperson for that.
Yeah, you should.
No, I could. No, because I've been doing so much research.
Yeah.
My health anxiety is off the scale at the moment. And I don't know why. I need to go back to Tim and get hypnotized again because it's back with a vengeance and it's really affecting my life. And, my friend Sharon and Lucinda, they're so clued up on all these different things for your health. And I'm just, taking a leaf out of their book and trying to improve my family.
Fair play.
Sounds good, babe. Like, I'll give this a try. Stay tuned next week because I'm going to give it all a go this evening. Can you do it all in one day or?
So with the hyperbaric chamber, we need to be like consecutive, like 40 hours to like get it in you. So if you could just do like an hour a day.
Oh, I was going to talk about you have to sit in it for 40 hours.
No, you can sit in it, like it inflates. And you can go on your laptop, you can watch a movie, you can read a book, do your emails.
It's a bit snug in there. I was thinking I was peak going to fit in that because it's not. It's like the inside of an F1 car almost, isn't it?
Listen, mate. If I get 40, I'll get an hour a day on my own. Not a problem.
Eating what's
I will fit. I won't. Sometimes I won't even turn it on. I'll just go in there to get a bag of crisps. No little fingers can get in there.
It's just all the science behind it. Like fascinates me. Like the guy who owns the company, he was in the army, like a huge engineer, and he was like fixing, planes and helicopters, and he had various like because they're all in like the football clubs and in hospitals now.
Yeah, they are in all of them.
Like the health benefits of them are just phenomenal. So I'm giving it a go.
I'm impressed at your knowledge. We'll say that.
Thank you.
All right.
No, it's very interesting.
Do you know what? I suppose my weekly wine, I feel sort of like I've stood corrected there. I just asked the question. It was going to be a wine, but I've retracted that wine, and I'll stand corrected.
Weekly shine. Thank you for all the.
Thank you for all these gifts.
I actually haven't
making our family better.
I actually haven't got a weekly wine for you.
For you not?
Other than I'm trying to decorate, like that we've got like a space above the garage, and I want to. That's going to be like the wellness centre. But I had Kendall quality carpets around.
There we go.
Giving me like, options. And obviously Pete just picked the cheapest one and just text me back one word, carpet it. Which is not going to go with my wellness aesthetic.
Yeah.
Does it not?
I need the wood, Pete.
Oh, do you? Is it a
But
deal
you're just
breaker?
being tight. So yeah. To tightness.
It's tightness.
The tightness.
Yeah. I'll toast to that.
Okay, should we get into some audience wine?
Yeah. Actually, we're starting with a weekly shine. Hi, guys. As a family, we love your podcast, and it's a regular on our car journeys. As many people have, I'm sure, we are now a household of shabba, loving pranks.
Shabba.
We can't run up the stairs now without shielding our behinds in case we get the finger. Our son in particular is a massive fan, and he gives no fucks to where he does the dreaded shabba. In a restaurant, weekly shop, you name it, he does it. But this was a stroke of genius this week as I opened my birthday card from him, expecting a lovely verse or two about how I'm the best month ever. I opened this beautifully crafted card. I've got a picture of this card here.
Yeah.
No other words needed. I hope you laugh at it as much as me. Have a great day, Claire. It's fantastic. Yeah. Have a cracking birthday. A picture of an arse on it, and he's drawn on a finger going in the bum saying shabba.
Amazing. Do you know, any bit of jovial fun we can bring to families, I'm here for it.
We've had a lot of good reactions off the shabba.
They're having a laugh as a family there.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's from Claire. Brilliant.
Brilliant.
No, it's good, wholesome family fun. Finger up the bum.
I don't think you could say that.
Class.
in a shabba way.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Abbey and Cardi P. First of all, love the podcast. Between this one and the better one, they keep me entertained. Oh, love it, mate. On the monthly commute from Scotland to England for work. However, I do have a weekly wine for you both.
Oof.
As two upstanding pillars of the community, I trusted your judgment when it came to books to read on holiday and ordered The Jump by Martina Cole. Little did I know...
You didn't say The Jump?
Martina Cole is a staple on this podcast. Little did I know she decided to write the book with the sole purpose of using a whole tree to print the whole blooming thing. Over 800 pages later, I can confirm I was hooked the whole way.
Oh, yeah.
However, it does leave a sour taste in my mouth that I had to pay for an extra suitcase just to carry it over to Turkey. I'll be back stronger with a Kindle for next year.
Is this a female?
Love that. No, it's Callum from Aberdeen.
The last one I read.
Chumbawamba, Callum.
Chumbawamba. The last one I read, was over 800 pages. Took me 9 hours. I read it the whole flight to Bangkok and didn't sleep. Just read the whole thing.
That's good going, that, mate.
That was good. She smashed
And
through
I
it.
cried. It's hysterical.
I thought he was going to say it was a bit dark for him, you know, because they can get a bit dark. They can take you to places, can't they?
There's a
especially
new one
for a holiday.
out. They sent it to us, the new Martina Cole book. I cannot wait to read it.
Yeah.
We need to. People's like, fucking Martina didn't even send us 2. Does she not know that we read the same book at the same time?
I said, you know, she obviously doesn't actually listen to the podcast. Someone said to her, you know, these 2 twats are talking about your book.
It's come up on their
They
socials.
got a few listeners. Send them one.
I would like to do a voiceover for Martina Cole. I'd like to do a voiceover for the Martina Cole book.
Yeah, but is it not more
Audiobook?
Cockney kind of?
I can do Cockney.
You are fucking boss at accents, mate.
Are you
Give me that.
joking? Is that like the
You're right.
Artful Dodger?
You're all right.
No, that's good.
You think?
That the Scottish
Down the apples and pears
I love it.
for a little ashy father.
Nancy. You are right. It is a bit Nancy.
Nancy.
Yeah, it's a little
I'd
bit.
do anything.
Yeah, it's
for
a bit.
you.
It's a bit kind of on stage Cockney, I would say.
Yeah.
Right there, son.
All right there,
You're right there, son.
Martina. All right there.
Martina, to get round here now.
That is good. Now
That's sick,
that
mate,
is
I'll tell
good.
you.
It's Frank
a
Butcher.
talent.
It's Frank Butcher.
That is good.
Frank Butcher all over it. I loved him.
Oh, me too. What
All right, crack on.
Pat. Oh, fucking love you, Pat.
I don't think Frank swore.
Did he not?
In Eastern.
Not before the watershed.
Nah.
Go on then.
What's the pub called?
The
Vic?
Queen Vic.
Let's get down to Queen Vic. Pat.
Let's go to Vic.
Remember he had that bow tie that used to spin as well? Remember he at the store, naked.
Oh, real. Okay. So what? I mean, yeah, that was one of those things. I think, and you know, it is. There's a lot of pages, but all exciting. I would say
I think it's value for money, I'd say.
that's another way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Why buy 2 books when you can buy 1?
It's a gym pass and entertainment in one.
Nicely done. Hi, Crouchy. Like that. He's just gone straight for me. Hi, Crouchy. I'm 6'7", play football as a striker. And for the past decade, I've been known as Crouchy. I'm 45 years old and play and run the Equatorial Football League here in Singapore, sorry. And as you
How
can
did you
see,
go from Spain to Singapore?
I saw S and just my brain just went Spain. Singapore he's in. I can see from a website on our cup competition is named the Crouchy Cup, named after me, us. It would be hilarious to everyone in the league if you could send a brief clip of you saying how excited you are about this year's competition and how proud you are for the competition to be named after you. If you're ever in Singapore and fancy a kickabout or a few beers, my team, One Tanamera FC, would be happy to accommodate you. Matt Folks, aka Crouchy. I bet that song, One Tanamera. Remember that song?
Yeah.
The lads, a couple of South American lads and Spanish lads, they played that to us
Did they?
in the change room at Liverpool. Yeah, they used to all sing it. One time, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you want to just say
What's the
like?
football song?
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Would you just,
Oh, have you got a phone? Oh, I can do it as a camera, can't I?
yeah.
I don't need to do it, do I?
keep this in
okay,
the pod? This will be in the pod.
Hello.
Okay. The Crouchy Cup.
Yeah, it's good. I'll show you the videos after. It's sick.
Yeah. Okay. Right, bear with me. Da-da-da.
All right, bear with me. Hola.
Right, all the guys at One Talamena FC. Matt Folks has got in touch with me and he just told me about the Crouchy Cup. I feel honoured and proud that my brother Matt is doing this in Singapore. I want to keep it up and hopefully one day I'll be able to come over there and perhaps present the trophies in Singapore at this prestigious cup. Keep it up and we'll see you soon.
They need to win the cup first.
It's his cup. I'm sure he can win it.
Your cup.
It's the Crouchy Cup. It'll be as big as the World Cup soon. That.
All right, should we get our guest in?
Yes. Let's do it. If you're an avid Therapy Crouch fan, subscribe. Helps. Right, so Roman, thank you for coming on the Therapy Crouch.
No, thank you. Firstly, if this is the couch, I feel like it's eating me. This
a
is
big
like,
couch.
mate, it's so nice.
You know what? I can actually lie down on this.
Yeah, I mean,
My
that's
feet-
fair. Yeah,
my
that's
feet
fair.
aren't hanging off.
That is fair. Yeah,
I
exactly.
made. I actually, it keeps me awake at night, this couch, because I measured it.
Right.
So it fits in this gap. But if you look over there, it juts out from the wall.
Right.
Oh,
So
that's-
Pete's.
You,
I've never noticed that ever.
This keeps me awake at night.
Well,
I'm
that
like,
keeps you awake at night.
you guys have a very, very cozy home.
thank you.
mate.
It's
Is
a work
that
in
the thing? It's
progress.
cozy. Like, it's very homely cozy.
Yeah. Well, I want to
Yeah.
give the illusion that it's homely, but the kids aren't allowed to sit or touch anything.
See this? Okay, so let me ask you about that. So what's the deal there? Because I have at home, I have a white sofa, right?
Mm.
What's your rulings? Because straight away I can see you've got your shoes. Yeah, you had your shoes on the sofa there.
Yeah, but these are clean.
Outrageous,
These
that,
look at them
babe.
soles.
Yeah,
Can you imagine
clean.
that was me, seriously, with my feet on the
I know,
couch
but
with
they've-
shoes on?
they've been
I'm not even
cleaned.
allowed to. I have to come in through the utility door.
But you got dogs. What do you do? They lay down on the sofa?
They're not, but they do. I bought these two big.
How do you keep this so white then?
It does.
Are you down here with a toothbrush?
No, it goes to the dry cleaners a lot. But I just have a no food and drink policy for the kids in
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
And the couches in the kitchen, I bought these two like sheepskin fair chairs.
Yeah.
And it's like the most expensive dog bed in the world because the two dogs just sit on one each.
Yeah, exactly. They can just use that. I will say that it's exactly the same because in mine, right, I'm just in an apartment, but as I say, I've got this like white sofa. I love it. It's my favorite thing. And when
I think I've seen you. Is it Andrew Martin?
Yeah, it's
I've
lovely.
seen
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I've got that.
Yeah.
Have you seen his couch?
Yeah.
On Instagram or on Gogglebox or something. I've
yeah,
seen
exactly.
because I've got the couch. I was like, I've got that couch.
Yeah, but all my mates, when they come over, they know that there's no food and drink on the sofa.
Nice.
So if the boys come over and watch the football, they're all standing in the corner of the room with a beer.
Really? No way. Are you a bit like Ab then? A bit like
Oh, bro,
you?
I'm like, yeah, they know.
You're house proud.
Oh my god! Like
really?
literally, like no joke. Like my mates know that if they want to go and have a drink, they have to go and stand in the corner of the room.
Why did you get some
Wow.
throws?
Fair play for keeping that. Like when things get a bit loose during the match and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Are you
exactly.
still like, nah,
Yeah,
corner?
Oh, corner. Yeah, it is. No, I tell you the
I get
funniest.
it. I completely get it.
The funniest thing, right, is my dad. Well, I get it from my mum and dad, and my mum and dad are really like, you know, they're so house proud and things like this. And my dad was always like, you know, if I went over to theirs, if there was a point where they had a new bathroom, just like, you know, all redone and it was really nice and all that stuff. And I remember saying to my dad, I was over there and I said, oh, I'm just going to go to the loo real quick. And he goes, oh,
Not
yeah,
that
Ro.
one.
No, worse. He goes, oh, yeah, Ro, yeah, sit down, yeah?
Oh, sit down on the
I
toilet.
had to go for a sit down wee. My dad
Wow.
making me go for a sit down wee.
Wow.
I felt like I was 5 again. But the problem is with my dad, right? My dad like, has this like he's got this like really good ability to like switch from like a really lovely guy to like the craze.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But he kind of just says things to you that are like, should I be worried about that? But he says it in a smiley way. So he's like, sit down, yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
then gives you the eyes afterwards, and you're a bit like, oh, all right.
I can feel that.
Yeah.
I can feel what you're saying there.
I could see you were well trained when you came in today and took
really?
your shoes off at the door.
Yes.
Because some people don't. I know I've got my shoe on for the clean, but I find that so bizarre.
People that go home, leave their shoes on whilst having dinner does my head in.
Vile.
I don't know why, but I don't know about you, but if
I
I'm
don't even
home,
leave
my
my-
first thing I think is shoes off. I like getting into home clothes.
I was just about to say I don't even leave my clothes on for dinner. I have to put like pajamas on.
Yeah, totally.
Don't we?
Yeah, no, I get that. Listen, it does feel a bit weird having you on, right? And kind of the shoe on the other foot. Like I've come on your radio show a few
Yeah.
times and, you know, you're always like in charge.
Yeah.
You're there, you're the host.
Yeah.
Making things happen. You've done it for so long.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be kind of like, say, on it's shoe on the
Free.
other foot?
You can
yeah.
say it.
I suppose free. Yeah,
Free.
like the no early mornings.
Yeah,
Like, how are
no.
you feeling? You've done it for so long.
Yeah, it's nice, man. It's like, you know, I spent 10 years at Capital, and you know, you I guess it's the same as when you're at a football club, right? It's like you feel like you've grown up there and you've become the person that you are. But I think doing about 7.5 years of getting up at 4:30 And I know people out there do, amazing jobs and they get up early, but for me personally, that was really hard.
Yeah.
Like it was really hard. And I think what's harder about it is what people don't understand as well is that every day we're trying to make someone's journey into work or someone's school run a little bit different and a little bit fun. Obviously Pete, you work with Chris Stark and, Chris is great for, ideas and things like that. But it's every day you're like, all the ideas are just sucked out of you. You don't remember how many different games you've done, like how many different, phone calls you've made. So it is nice to kind of have some time for myself and I guess feel like I can live my life a little bit, but you do miss it.
What about when you go to bed at 4 and have to be up at 4:30? Have you ever done that?
Yeah. I have. I've done it a fair few times. I've done it where there are a few moments, I guess I can say them now. There was a few times whereby I'd have to go out and I'd have to get a hotel room in Leicester Square. Even though I live like 10 minutes away, I'd still have to get a hotel room in Leicester Square because the studio's in Leicester Square. And there were a couple of times where I'd stayed in there and all of a sudden all I can hear is doom, 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 doom. And it's my producer who I told what hotel room it is. Yeah. And I'm there and I'm
Get
like,
out the bed.
Well, do you know what?
Yeah,
You still made it.
The shows always came across well. So it does,
man. But that's the thing. And I think as
You've
well.
got to live.
Yeah, totally. But
especially as a young teenager.
No, I'm not a teenager anymore. But yes.
10 years ago.
No, it was. Yeah, but I think I always had this. With our show, I always wanted to maintain something, which was, and I guess I still, on the one show now, it's the same thing. I would never want a guest to leave feeling like they were pressed into answering things that they didn't want to do, or that they weren't happy with the interview, or things like that. Like always, and sometimes shows out there, I don't know too many now, but it used to be about, celebrities used to go in there and they used to be nervous.
Yeah.
And I guess for me, I was at a premium because I'd seen my parents go and do those types of shows and then seen how it was twisted in a newspaper. And you don't want someone leaving feeling like that.
Well, you helped me before.
Oh, yeah?
When we did the Brit Awards, we presented
Well, I don't know if I helped.
No, you were really pissed off with me, actually. I literally... when I had to present the award for Ed Sheeran, Ross, and I had 2 words, Ed Sheeran. So we get up and I was petrified, and I was pregnant.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm so scared, because it's a big deal. I don't know how you host it and all of that, but I had Ed Sheeran to say, and I was too busy watching the VT. There was a huge pause. It's live on TV, and Roman had to rescue me and go, Ed Sheeran. So I was just like a token blithering idiot on stage.
What was your thoughts on that? Because I remember I was watching it at home, and I thought, I'm sure she's got a line there. She's not supposed to just stand there and not say one word.
I'll tell you what happened, right? And it's completely fine because, and look, you're well within your rights because I mean, you go to somewhere like the Brit Awards, it is all of a sudden you're like, there's this massive stage behind you. There's all of these cameras that are on you. And then, by the way, every one of your peers is, and these amazing musicians are watching you.
Yeah.
And you're meant to deliver. And I know exactly what you're saying because sometimes, you both have done it where you have to go and present an award. Sometimes you'll get a producer who's really keen and just says, right, you've got to go up there and then this is going to happen and then this is going to happen and this is, and then that's when you talk. And you're just kind of like, what? Yeah, exactly. But with you, it was only because like the only reason I said it was because
you knew I wasn't gonna.
Yeah, like, and if you watch it back, because I remember, because there's a thing like if you're hosting something together, like
I mean, I'm flashbacks. PTSD.
I reckon that's why you were asked to host it.
Yeah, because you're so good. I go to bits.
I think if they went, if you could deal with her.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
And keep things running smooth.
Yeah.
You can deal with anyone.
No, but if you watch it back, there's a moment where I think I just literally just go like this and I'm thinking, she's gonna say it. And then I went, she's not going to say it. I'll say it. Yeah. But, it happens. Like, it's just...
Following on from that, when we presented last year at the Brits to Dua Lipa, Pete was like, right, I'm going to say this. Because Pete can perform in front of a crowd. I
Shut up.
can't. Pete created this whole speech and said, and you can just say, thank you guys. And I was like,
That's not true.
I was like, don't you
That
be
is
telling
not-
me what I can say?
That's not true.
That is true.
I just
Are you gonna lie?
No, I just wanted
You're
to
a
get
liar.
something in from my podcast, right? Because the boys said,
Right.
you won't get it in, you won't get it in. I
Yeah.
said, I promise you. And I had to do it.
Yeah.
I said, look, I'm going to have to say this. And then you can say anything you want after.
No, you
Yeah.
just said, thank you. That's all. That was my line.
So
Thank you.
is that
I
what
saw
you
that
said?
crap you had
Yeah.
last year.
You only said thank you.
Yeah.
Well, at least you've doubled your word
And
count.
I was trying to bend the mic out of Pete's mouth so I could actually say one
Oh,
word.
that's not true, that.
It is.
Don't make me out to be a monster.
You're not a monster, but you love a mic.
They are tough. The award ceremonies are they're really hard things.
They are.
We were so nervous, right, doing our 1-9, right? I can only imagine what it's like. Because also you get, there's some people want you to fail as well. It's live.
Everyone wants you to fail.
Yeah, and it's a big deal.
And you have to
Yeah.
deal
And
with problems that.
One problem, it's like, they did this, they did that. So, but, you did it well, it's smooth. How did you cope with that?
Well, the thing is with the Brit Awards, I think there was only one thing that when I first started presenting, I remember thinking, if I do that, then I'll retire. Like, that's it. Like, that's my Champions League final.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's
Yeah,
for me,
amazing.
that's it. And, I just kind of felt like that was all I wanted to do. And I built it up in my head so much. And then when it came in that we were doing it, myself and Maya and Clara, it was unbelievable. It didn't feel real. And the fact that you were going to host this legendary show. And I thought to myself, I was like, right, I do want to speak to everyone that had done it before.
Yeah.
So, I spoke to Ant and Dec, I spoke to, Jack Whitehall, I spoke to, James Corden, like as many as I could about what they said. And they all said the same thing. They were like, you'll hate it. I was like,
Really?
They were like, it'll be
Pressure.
Well, not even that. It's just like, it's pressure. And two, it's like, you're talking to, no one in the room is listening to you, but that's fine. That's fine. So it's like you're doing a TV show on your own, which I didn't mind at all. But also then again, the thing is that we, I think as Brits have built up the Brit Awards so much in our head that nothing will ever be perfect. It was this juggernaut thing of everyone getting so wrecked and people dancing on the tables and all that type of stuff. But the fact of the matter is that we're not there anymore. Like that's not what culturally it's like anymore. So, it's one of those where you do a job like that, you get it on your CV, you've done it, you've enjoyed it. If they want you to do it again, they want you to do it again. But if they don't, you're proud of what you achieved. And I think that's all I can take from it. I mean, it's hard. It's really hard. As you say, everyone wants you to fail.
How many outfits do you go through before you decide?
Well, this was the thing, yeah. So this was the best
Getting
bit.
into the deep part.
I'll tell you this. This was really funny because obviously, and the girls won't mind me saying that I was doing it with Clara and Maya, right? Both stunningly beautiful women. And I remember going. They go right. We need to talk about outfits. So how many outfit changes are you having? And I went, well, I'm just wearing a suit. Right. And they were like, right. And then they go to Clara and Maya. So girls, how many outfits? 4 or 5? I'm going, what? I haven't got wardrobe space that big enough. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I just wanted to do it in a suit. So for me, I just maintained the suit. I was just like,
maintained it.
I'm not trying to exactly. I'm not trying to flex my, fashion sense. It was just a nice little suit, bow tie. You got to go bow tie.
Yeah.
So, but no, it was an unbelievable experience and one that you can't really believe you're doing. And then all of a sudden it's over.
And obviously, doing things like that, obviously you're interviewing international kind of singers, artists.
Yeah.
But you've been doing that for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Right through your radio show.
Yeah.
And did you think, obviously, kind of the upbringing you had, with your parents being in that world?
Yeah.
Do you think that helped you when you're
Absolutely.
interviewing people? You're not. I mean, listen, George Michael's right. You've got your godparent, right?
Yeah.
So you've seen one of the biggest artists of all time,
Yeah.
almost on as a part of the family.
So 100%, man. Listen, the brush I get absolutely battered with, not painted with, but battered with, is that I'm a Nepo baby, right? And I am. I had the best upbringing in the world. I had parents that absolutely loved me. Both of them extremely successful in their jobs. They never gave me a job because life doesn't work like that. Like, you know, you have to be able to do it. But what it did give me was that ability and that ability to kind of separate, I guess, artist and celeb from human, you know, and realize that I understand you're on this show and you've got to present yourself like this, but I know that I can chat to you. And I think artists as well felt more comfortable speaking to me because they know that I understand their side. You know, I would come home and like, you know, it'd be the same. Like I'd come home sometimes and from school and, you know, my mum would be like in tears because some paparazzi had taken a picture of her and she doesn't look nice. You know what I mean? And like stuff like that. And, or like, you know, my dad would say that this article has twisted my thing. And it's just, that's what life is like, you know? And that's how it is. But yeah, totally. I mean, speaking to you, I always used to think this. I always used to think like when I used to be in a room with some big artists, I always used to think, yeah, but when I think about George, he was massive, and I dealt with that fine. Do you know what I mean? And so this should be okay. But
him.
on the flip side, footballers, I can't talk.
Oh, really?
Mate, bro, I can't talk. Like, I probably was the same when I first met you. It was probably the same. But like genuinely, like if I see, like we had Bukayo Saka on one of my last shows.
That's who our baby Jack likes. Saka doesn't.
Honestly, I got so nervous I called him Biscayo Saka. Like,
and you probably said his name like a million times.
oh God!
Why is that right or wrong?
No, it's Bukayo.
Bukayo.
But I was so nervous. I was Bukayo Saka, and like you know, so it does. Everyone's got their things like that you kind of freeze up with.
Yeah.
Who would you be starstruck over? Like, who is your?
We talk about George Michael a lot on this podcast.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. We're like we are big fans.
Yeah. Tom Jones is quite.
Really, Tom Jones?
I love Tom Jones.
Okay, yeah.
Who else?
Tom Jones was a strange interview once. Tom Jones walked into our Capital studio with leather gloves on.
Really?
It was quite hot in there. Like you've been in there. It's not like
it's not
cold.
Yeah, it's not cold.
Like, and he just had a jacket, and I thought, is it fake tan?
Part of the style, isn't it?
Is it? He didn't want to see the fake tan hands. I didn't know if it was that.
Maybe.
But I always thought it was weird.
Stevie Wonder I was a starstruck by him.
Wow.
That was amazing.
That
but
was
like, I remember I walked past him because I came down to watch that one.
Yeah.
And
My son Jonathan Ross.
he walked past, and he does this thing like about your aura. You might have met him, but
I've never met Stevie
where
Wonder.
like he goes, I can feel. He's like, you got good energy, man.
Oh, fuck off,
like,
Pete, with this good energy
No,
thing.
and I went. That's amazing.
He's obsessed.
But
Stevie Wonder said you had good
he
energy.
said I had good energy, but then I
He made
thought
this up.
he did say it. You weren't there. I swear he
No,
did.
Pete's obsessed with his energy. So we went.
He said I had good energy. Can you stop interrupting me, please?
Okay. Right.
He said he had good energy, but then I thought he must say that to probably everyone. Yeah.
You know Ray Charles, the piano player, who's
Yeah.
blind. He used to choose girlfriends based on their hands. Like that was his thing. He used to like if he could tell a woman if they were beautiful just by their hands. Yeah, like he would touch their hands and then that would be the thing. So
I wouldn't get a date with him. The amount of bleaching I do. It's like Charlie Dimmock hands. Literally.
Charlie Dimmock.
Honestly, like a bin.
Charlie Dimmock is the same.
Yeah. She's also very attractive.
Yeah.
Bronze.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
but
Pete's obsessed with this energy thing because we went to Sicily and the girl went to him, oh, are you from the islands? Because you've just got island energy.
Oh,
and I was
wow.
just like, piss
give
off.
that one. She said, "I'll knock the energy out of her if she fucking carries on."
I'm not the jealous type.
But
So yeah.
on the subject of interviews, like who's been the best that you've had and the worst? You must have always hear this question, but
Yeah.
I'm interested to know.
The worst. What? There's two. I don't mind saying it because I might have caught them on an off day. I might have, but for me personally, how I felt leaving that interview was horrendous. One person nearly made me cry.
No,
I was only young, and it was for James Bond, not Daniel Craig. It was Christoph Waltz.
Oh,
Do you know
yeah.
that?
Yeah.
You know the guy like Django Unchained.
I love him, though.
Inglourious Bastards. Yeah, like
Good
unbelievably,
actor, yeah.
unbelievable actor. Like so, like terrifying in films. But he is like that in real life. And I just and I was sat there, and I was quite young at the time. I'd only just started working for Capital. And we went into a junket, and like for people that don't know what junket is, it's like very intimidating, like tiny little room, big lights, and you've just got to sit in front of this like amazing celebrity. And
But for
ask
the
them
celebrity,
questions.
they've probably been doing that for hours
They've
all
done
day.
60. Yeah, they've done 60 people already, so they're probably tired of it.
Yeah.
But I walk in the room and I sat down, and Christoph Waltz was like a hero to me, right? I loved him, like loved his films, like everything. And I sat there and I asked him this question, and it wasn't even a bad question. And then he sat and he thought, and then he just went, okay. For the rest of this interview, I'm going to ask myself the questions that I believe that I should be asked.
Fucking hell.
Oh my God.
And I was silent for the whole time.
He just sat there.
Yeah.
And whilst he asked questions to himself.
And you know when you just go, all right.
Wow.
And then I left, and then he just walked out. He just walked out at the end. Whereas on the flip side, in those types of scenarios, like Keanu Reeves, like legend and like the nicest man ever. And,
Everyone says that about Keanu.
oh, but do you know what was quite revealing to me? Like, is a bad word, but just like I quite liked it. It took me 5 to 10 minutes to get eye contact with him.
Because he was just looking
very,
down.
He's very quiet, very like this. But I think once he realised that I wasn't there to poke into his private life and things like that, and I nearly got chucked out of that interview, and it was because of Keanu Reeves that I stayed. Because at the time, they actually put it was all in the paper, I think, saying Roman Kemp, most awkward interview ever with Keanu Reeves, but it wasn't at all. I said, basically, he was doing John Wick. It was the interview for his movie John Wick,
yeah.
right? And they were like, okay, yeah, why don't you ask this about the movie and blah, 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 blah. I've got to be honest, right? I've done these interviews before, and no one really cares about it. They're going to go and watch the film themselves. They're going to, figure it out for themselves if they like it.
It's usually got John Wick in a massive thing behind him.
Behind him, yeah, he's got like Stefan Peter. People know what you're watching, right?
I've never seen John Wick.
It says John Wick all behind him. Well, this is the thing, right? You might go and watch it after this.
Yeah, but you read the
but
books.
no.
Oh, no, that's someone else, sorry.
But either
Think
way,
of
so
Jack Reacher.
Jack Reacher, yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember saying to the guys, I was like, look, I'm gonna, I've got this idea I'd like to do instead of just going the normal route. And they were like, oh, Keanu, no, we don't know if you'll like that. Don't do it. And so it took me 5-10 minutes to get eye contact with him. I finally get eye contact with him. I go, here we go, we're in. Right, let's do the thing. Instead of talking about the film, I wanted to do Wick versus Wicks. So I went through the list of
I like it already.
list of items that were in Wick's homeware store and hardware store, and he had to guess the price of each. And then just ended up
I
asking.
understand why people wouldn't like that.
No,
You're
bro,
mentioning
he
Wick
loved
constantly.
it. He loved it.
Yeah.
Like, he absolutely loved it. And he didn't know who Joe Wicks was.
Is that the
Joe Wick? Yeah, Joe
Is
Wicks.
that the one from
The
Towie?
fitness? No,
No, the fitness guy.
The fitness guy. That's Pete Wicks.
Oh yeah.
I should have included Pete Wicks, but I did. Who would win in a fight, John Wick or Joe Wicks?
Oh.
He went with
Wicks.
Joe Wicks, to be fair.
Who's
You remember Joe?
Wicks?
Oh, he's being
The
nice.
fitness
Oh,
there.
Remember COVID?
the bunny
fitness
hop
lad?
guy. Yeah.
But yeah,
We did that. We used to do them.
We were doing that, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, the interviews like that are fantastic, and when you meet people like that, like Denzel Washington and things, it's just insane.
I love Denzel.
You know, you've had a great interview when your face hurts, but like after he's been smiling so much and laughing. So
Denzel amazing, yeah.
Denzel's unreal.
Was he?
You've interviewed some good people.
That,
Klopp.
yeah.
Was that one of your
Yeah,
favourites?
like I
wasn't
say, I've just been lucky, really, like doing the job that I do now. I'm kind of doing almost like you do,
precisely,
the podcasts and stuff. It's good fun.
Yeah, exactly. But I always think, as a host, your role is just you are the door to what
People want to know.
people want to know.
Yeah.
Like, but sometimes when it goes wrong is when we see shows where the host, it's about them. When I don't believe that. I think it's about can we show a different side to this person that you've never seen, and that's the job.
But you're doing different things now, and obviously, like Soccer Aid, you enjoyed, and obviously loved it, and Gogglebox, you enjoying that? You enjoy doing that?
Man. I mean, Gogglebox is fantastic. Gogglebox doing that with my dad is so lucky. Like we don't see each other as much as people think. We speak on the phone nearly every day.
Yeah.
But my dad DJs now, man. My dad's like, but yeah, like no banter, like literally like. he sends me videos. It's like Ramo, like up and down the country. He does these like 80s nights and like.
Oh mate, that sounds right up my alley.
Oh my God, you would.
We were saying the other night, there's nowhere to go to like dance to
Really?
80s music. We need to go.
That sounds right up my alley.
100%. You guys will love it. Like it's fantastic. Like my dad says, that he goes in there and all of a sudden like people are just transformed back into their childhood and they just love it.
Fast.
But like there are the amount of bras and pants that are like thrown at my dad is unbelievable. And I'm like, how old are these people?
Wow.
Like, but no, yeah. So but Gogglebox is it's
good.
He is handsome, your dad, though.
He's outrageous.
Yeah.
It's outrageous. Like it's unfair. I saw a comment the other day. I see it quite a lot. Same comment. It was always just like Roman Kemp must be gutted.
I get that with my mum.
No,
Like if I'm
really?
pictured with my mum, they're like, "Oh my God, Abby's just the worst version of her mum."
My
It
kids
is,
are gonna
it's
have
true.
it. My kids are gonna have
It's
it.
all
with me, to be
true.
fair. It's gonna be difficult for them.
Exactly.
That's not true.
So you're doing this Call of Duty thing
Yes. It's
Sorry.
really cool. No. It's,
because I
Ab banned me from Call of Duty. I used to love it,
right.
and she kind of tried to ban me for it. Why was that?
I was locked out of my house once for 4 hours.
Yeah.
While Pete was in the cinema room, locked in the pitch black with headphones
I
on.
had the headset
Right.
on. Once you're in, right?
No, but
It's
to
one
the
of those
point where
games.
I was calling the police, I was like, something's happened to him.
Yeah. See, my dad refuses to wear headphones playing Call of Duty. He's obsessed. Right.
Okay.
It's no joke. Like he's obsessed, and every time I go back home. When I step through the front door, I know exactly where he is because it's just.
What does your mum say?
My
Sound
mum's out in
up.
the garden, she's like living her life. Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas my dad is just as obsessed as I am. But yeah, this thing we're doing, the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Safe House. It's really cool idea where we've got 3. Kind of, I guess, they're stars in their own right now. You've got Ash Home, Danny Aarons, and Angry Ginge, who is that bloke's just.
Are these the ones? Yeah, Ross. Are these the ones Wayne Rooney was doing a bit with?
Yeah, so these guys, their fan bases are incredibly huge, and their reach is insane. So it's a fantastic idea where you get their fan base can win £100,000, and the idea behind it is that money goes towards buying their first home.
Oh wow!
So you to be a part of it, you can't have a second home. It has to be your first purchase.
First time
That's
buyer.
great because I'm presuming most of these people are playing young, and I just think, how do people buy the houses?
Yeah, I mean exactly
nowadays. So play a
it's-
game, win a house.
Exactly.
Win the money.
Sounds good.
It is really fun, I guess. There are forfeits involved, some of which are, SAS grade forfeits. Would you ever do that, by the way? Would you ever do like one of those
There's
SAS shows?
wins and sort of.
Yeah, would you ever do that?
No, I would like to. I would like to do something
it.
like that. I spoke to Ant Middleton, right?
Yeah.
And I said, "Go on, who would be the one?" He said to me, "Wayne Bridge could be in the SAS."
Yeah.
Yeah, I could imagine that.
Honestly, he said to me,
He's
was
a freak
the
of
one
nature.
person that I genuinely think would have a chance. He said the rest. He said, people will have a go, and some people are good, but I reckon he could genuinely. His mindset is different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's terrifying.
Which is scary as well because he's actually one of the best people I've ever seen on Call of Duty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But we were saying that, like,
Mad.
it's just, it is insane. I reckon you'd be very good as a SAS person.
I'd like to do that.
I think you'd.
I'm
smash
actually
that.
not as weak as I look.
No,
you know,
I don't think you come across weak. I don't think.
I
you-
like
think you
I
driven.
like the
You're mentally
outdoorsy.
strong, babe.
That's
You
what
are.
I'm saying. I think you come across very like you're driven. Like,
I don't think many people could break you.
I reckon I could say to you, right, we're going to go. What,
I'm currently broken now.
are you scared
What?
of heights or anything like that?
Yeah,
Oh no.
terribly.
So you
like
couldn't,
even to the
like,
point.
couldn't,
I
like,
was the
grapple down. Or
No,
like,
I was the volunteer on the school trip the other day.
Oh yeah.
And we had to go up this like watchtower, and I was going to the kids. No, all the kids were desperate to get up so they could see the whole park. And I was like, no, we're not going up there, kids. I think we're all crying because I am petrified
Really?
of heights. Petrified.
Have you ever done skydive?
No.
You should do it
What? Why would you
cure
do
it.
that?
because it kills your fear.
No. Pete, you've jumped out of a
You
plane.
have done it. Have you done it?
I've done it 3 times, bro. I'm like, I've got something wrong with me. Anything that puts me on that edge.
Have you done that SES show?
No, I would do it.
You should do
I actually, to be fair, like, I do love watching it. It's really funny.
great,
But that the whole thing in terms of what we're doing with Call of Duty is so nice, and it is. It's like your favorite gaming franchise, all of a sudden you can win £100,000 from. So
that is amazing.
It is life changing, and competitions open now. The game changed when everything went online, right? And that's when it changed. Like I'd have murders with my parents about it when I was a kid, because like when everything went online, like they'd be like, Ro, we've got to go, or Ro, dinner's ready, or Ro, come and help me for a sec. And I'd be like,
No.
well, I can't. And they're like, well, of course you can, just pause it. I'm like, it don't work like that. Like it's not pause, it's live. Like it's multiplayer like this. And it's like literally my dad would just come in and just unplug it straight from the back. Like,
but can you imagine
So
you
they
like
tell
if
you
you're
to
in a
pause
team?
the
Yeah, that was
Champions
it.
League final.
That was Champions League final, right? She goes, what do you want?
Takeaway?
Another glass of wine, wasn't it? or
No,
something?
shut up. No, I wanted you to go and get the
She said,
the
"You want me to
takeaway.
get the takeaway, right?
yeah,
Just pause it." It's the Champions League final.
that's outrageous.
Like I said, she
was like,
said
I won't
she
tell
couldn't
you this, girl.
understand.
No, you can't do that.
I was like, I'm not going to get the takeaway, so you've got to pause it and go.
And then she started trying to jump on me and wrestle the remote off
No,
me to
absolutely
pause the
not.
live football.
No.
But like with the Call of Duty, you're in teams and also like you're letting your team down. You know, you'd be ostracised for the Call of Duty community.
Oh, sure.
You would be.
Go on, from like players that you know, who would you put in a Call of Duty team? Your five,
It got quite aggressive. I would have Wayne Bridge.
obviously.
Joe.
No, Joe's not too crash hot in that. There's
Who?
a few
Joe
boys at
Cole?
Spurs.
Really?
Yeah. I wouldn't have him in my team.
Nah,
I would
not
if it
emotionally
was.
ready. Not
Yeah,
emotionally
I don't
ready.
know, like if he's a gamer enough.
Yeah,
Okay.
He's more of an outdoorsy type.
yeah.
What do you mean?
He always wears a Baker Boy cap, doesn't he? Like, Joe's too busy down
We've
the pie and mash
just
shop.
literally been
Joe's
talking
Joe's
about
too
that.
busy at the pie and mash shop. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. You know what I mean? He's. But who else would I have? I'm trying to think. Tom Holliston, I think, was good back in the day.
Tom, is that
Who else?
Spider-Man?
Pennant, Jermaine Pennant. He was good.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few out there. I imagine the youngsters now are different level.
Yeah, I mean, do you see them walking? They all have these like cases.
Yeah, they've all got
They're
their own
walking
I always
games.
wondered what's in those.
Well, that's the thing. We were saying that like Kobe Mainu come off like injured at half time, but then he got ushered out of Old Trafford, and like as he's like walking out of Old Trafford, he's just walking with a big suitcase that just says Call of Duty like on the side, like, literally like at half time
Mate,
he's playing.
I remember they.
Yeah, what about your kids? But do you let your kids play games? Like,
Yeah, like I actually tried to get them into it more because I'd rather
He
that
wants
than
someone to play
the
with.
iPad, you know, rather than actually play those games than YouTube, and
Yeah,
it feels
yeah.
a bit kind of monotonous for them.
but that streamer's world now is like unbelievable.
Yeah, and also
It's like
like
crack for
esports,
kids.
mate. They're flying now. They're playing
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
stadiums.
Who?
So forget science.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Our kids can never play with you because you don't let them win.
No. It's not, I don't know if your mum, dad was like that.
You
with
don't let them win?
Roman. No, like they need something to aspire to, right? Football,
but
tennis.
You know what's gonna happen. You know what's coming because my dad did the exact same thing. You are in for a really bad moment in your life. Where you realise
He goes,
I'm being beaten.
oh, well, he's getting beaten by Sophia now because
Yeah.
Pete's an incredible tennis player and Sophia is mega.
Yeah.
He can't get the ball back from her now.
No, that's not true.
I
She's never beat
I've
me.
got it on video. I've got it on video.
No, but it's true. My dad went through that thing. My dad used to like,
Want to win?
yeah. My dad always said, one of the reasons why he got me into football was because he thinks it's important to learn about loss in life. And my mum used to have the same argument with him and just be like, why can't you just let him win if he's playing? And never the same thing. But now, like, it's absolutely battering.
Yeah.
He's an old man. Can't even hear properly. And I still batter. Do you know what I mean?
But you say about like he teaching you about loss. Obviously, you're an Arsenal fan. No. What I was about to say
Is this the Peter Crouch podcast right now?
No, when you're growing up, they're winning, right? A lot.
Yeah.
You're in that period of like invincibles, right? Growing up.
Yeah, man. But like, I think it's that thing of it's your team. You stick with your team. And when I was growing up, it's like I meet Arsenal fans now that are like 20 and they'll be
Switched.
like, they'll just be like, we've always been so rubbish. I'm like, no, trust me, there was a time when we were good. But
The best.
yeah,
That's how it was. I remember
could be
playing
worse.
against
Could be
that
Spurs
team.
fans. So.
Yeah, touche.
Yeah.
What do you make of it now? Think they can win it this year?
I think so. I think the race to winning the league, I think, will be the tightest it's been in a long time. I think
Who
we've
is
got-
in the top three? Just out of
So
curiosity.
it's Liverpool, City, and Arsenal. I was
Well,
in
there
the
you
top
go.
three.
Liverpool.
Yeah, no, but they look fantastic.
They look good.
But I also think Chelsea look very good as well.
Yeah, Chelsea
They
look good
come
as
back
well.
out of
Yeah.
nowhere, so,
do
but
you go? Do you go to the games?
You
I go-
piss off with these football.
Forgot you were here.
I cannot. I can't participate in this.
Just asked if he goes to Arsenal.
Okay, do you go to Arsenal?
Yeah, I'm there home and away.
I'm in a way.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, brilliant.
I love it. Like,
Yeah.
listen, it's football. Unfortunately, Abby, is my life beyond. Like, do you remember like original Ronaldo, the one with the funny haircut?
Yeah, you know, it's my favourite.
Yeah.
Oh, no
So
way!
he's my favourite of all
Shut
time,
up.
right?
Wow,
So
that's big.
he's
God, I'd have one of those.
he's my favourite of all time.
Jealous of that.
It looks more like the new Ronaldo.
Yeah, I think he's
Doesn't
actually
it?
looks
It's
quite
like-
good.
That's good. That's young Ronaldo. That's in prime.
That's prime. That's 2002 Ronaldo.
Yeah.
So that, you know, for me, football is everything. I mean,
And that
unfortunately
proves
for my
it.
mum. Unfortunately for my mum just like I brought my mum to 2 games last season, and we won the first one 2-1, and then the second one was when we lost to West Ham. And I told my mum she's never coming again. And that's serious, by the way.
It's like my dad with our John. He said every time he brings my brother to a Liverpool game, they lose, so he's not coming.
It literally like twice I've you know paid and made sure that I can be with my dad at the 2 finals that England have been to. Lost both.
Oh.
He's never coming again.
Yeah.
Like, that's it now. I've done it.
That's pretty standard, though. I mean, that's been going on for 60 odd years
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
To be fair,
But
it's
do you know
not,
what I mean?
not his fault.
Yeah, no, but I just like
Actually, my fault a lot
but it
of the time.
But yeah. But like superstitions are weird things. Like, do you have any superstitions in your life though? Like are you a superstitious person?
I touch wood.
Do you? Do you actually do it?
Yeah.
Do you actually do it, or do you go like, oh,
I do
touch wood as
both.
in your,
I do
your brain?
both.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but footballers have some weird ones.
Yeah. I got
tied your
really
boots on then?
superstitious, and then I kind of had to really rein it
Really?
in. Yeah, it was too much in the end.
The lucky
What, you'd have a
pen.
whole process
Yeah,
that
like
you'd
the
have to
whole
do?
process right from the day before.
When we first met, I went to this like street market and bought Pete these lucky pants, and they were £1.
Yeah.
And he wore them for a match, as a joke or whatever, and he scored like a hat trick or whatever. So every game, he wore these pants.
Did you wash them though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I washed them like
And then-
But there was a part of you, don't lie. There was a part of you
you just
that
keep
thought,
wearing them.
Can't wash
Yeah,
it.
but you know what? I was away at Newcastle. We played, and
we forgot them.
Forgot them. Yeah,
So
and
we
I
had to
got
get a
driven up.
driver
No
to take these
way.
£1 pants all the way to
Yeah.
Newcastle, 5 hours. And
Yeah.
he wore them.
Can
but
you imagine that fella? So what? Who have I got today? No, mate, you've got a pair of pants. I'm driving 4 hours with a pair of pants in the back.
But they're just on the seat. I like
Yeah, just on the seat.
Seat with a seat.
No, I put him in the bag. He didn't know. What. I said, don't look.
Don't look.
So
yeah.
that one. Do not look in the package.
What I love is that, like, you know, all of a sudden you've got to deliver some dodgy, like, little plastic bag package up to Newcastle from London.
Yeah.
The driver's thinking,
Dodgy, mate.
what am
Don't
I
look.
bringing here? All of a sudden he gets pulled over. You know, the coppers are there. They go, we need to look inside the bag. And he's thinking, this is it. Job's over. Inside pair of pants.
green undies.
Yeah. Well,
It's
they're
lucky
green.
green, yeah.
Bright green. It said lucky pants all the way around.
The lucky pants all the way around.
Mate, that is mental.
Roman, so obviously a bit more time on your hands now, obviously,
Yeah.
certainly in the mornings.
Yeah.
What is there anything you're looking to achieve, anything you're looking to do, any
Yeah,
goals, aspirations?
Do you know what, man? It's so strange. I do feel like I, you know, want a bit more time because I am enjoying my life like a lot. You know, obviously I do the one show like most nights. You know, and that's incredible. You know, you're still on a show that's BBC One at 7 o'clock every day, and it's like, you know, that's massive. But I think there are a lot of things that in my life that I want to achieve, but a lot of those are personal things. Like, do you know what I mean? Like things that aren't necessarily work related. And I think that's one of the main things that I've tried to do the most is my life has been so just about work constantly. And I feel like I never did like your gap year stuff. I never did any of that. Like I you know, I feel like the only time I've ever really traveled, I've traveled to amazing places, but it's always been when I'm working.
Yeah.
So in honesty, I don't really know. Like, other than that, you know, you've got like some pretty amazing things as well. I did the first time doing like 5 Live, which was insane. You know, doing a show on there, which is mental.
Yeah.
But no, I'm enjoying life, mate.
Yeah.
Genuinely, like you know, there's always offers, and I'm very lucky in that
That's
sense.
very lucky.
But it's, yeah, for me, it's about regaining my life a little bit. Because you know, I was talking about this before. It's like what happened at Capital was so intense for so long, and I think that what I could have done is panicked and then gone, oh, you know, I've got to get back into work straight away and blah 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 blah. But realistically, where I am, I'm in a nice position where I'm very fortunate to be able to kind of pick and choose now.
Yeah.
We feel like that a bit. It's like the small things are making us so happy.
Yeah.
You know, because work takes over, and then it's like, you know, we have like non-negotiables where we're not missing a school drop-off or a pickup, or
Yeah, but
at least one of us. And it's, I don't know if it's a getting older thing, but you know, these moments are so precious, and you can just get completely consumed with work.
yeah. I mean, not to get deep on it, but it is. I think what seems to be forgotten somehow, and sometimes within, especially in our line of work, I guess, is perception of happiness. Like, what does that even mean? You know, I've got mates who, you know, that don't own a lot of dough. Some of them don't have jobs, and you know, and they're struggling to get a job. You know, given the current state, but they're still happy in their life, you know, through the things that they're doing. And I think sometimes we have this thing of like, you know, you've got to be constantly working, you know, what are you doing next? And I think that's kind of where I'm at, where it's just like, you know, am I just happy in my life? And the jobs that you could potentially do, are they going to bring you more happiness, or are you just doing it because you feel like you have to?
Yeah,
of course.
It's a balance, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a balance. All right, mate, listen, do you mind if we just do a quick fire?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah?
Yeah, go
All
on.
right,
Before you
last
go.
little quick fire before you leave us,
For
all right? Who's your all-time favourite footballer?
Ronaldo, original.
Original Ronaldo, yeah?
Original. Ronaldo Nazario.
Nice.
El Fenomeno. Him.
Nice, okay. If you could spend a day with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh, Kurt
Ronaldo?
Cobain.
Oh,
No,
Kurt
Kurt Cobain. Would love to have seen what that life was like.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Favourite dad joke?
Oh, I actually told this the other day. I was with my mates and I said to them, I've just got to pop upstairs. So I went upstairs and I popped.
what the hell?
Do you know why there's no? Do you know why there's no drugs in the jungle?
Why?
Because of paracetamol.
I just hate that joke. It's not even funny.
People are laughing. That's all that matters.
You told me one yesterday,
It's a bell to that.
Did Doctor feel like a pair of curtains? Play yourself together. I don't know anything.
Love that one. Hidden talent? Your hidden talent?
Hidden talent. Not.
No, mine are all obvious.
No.
You can see all of mine.
No, I'm still trying to find my own talent. No. Weirdly.
You can play football, can't you?
Yeah. Don't like to hide
Not
it.
hidden. No, yeah, you've shown that.
Yeah. Oh, hidden talent. I've got through my entire football career, just casual football career, not heading the ball.
Ah, okay.
Every time I go to head it, I know I've overstepped it to jump up just so I can go that close.
I've got a mate like that. I've got a mate like that.
Mate, I do it every time.
Turtleneck.
Yeah, I do.
What is that in case it hurts you?
Yeah, it hurts. Heading hurts, man.
Oh, mate.
God.
I wouldn't be here if if heading was
Haven't you got like the most headers in the world or
in
something?
the Premier League, baby. I hate bringing that up.
But that's what I'm saying. But no, I think I've built a career on that, so that's a hidden talent, yeah.
Yeah, that is a talent, to be fair.
Yeah.
My mate's really good at it as well.
Yeah.
What is your most used emoji?
Thumbs up, but people always say it's passive aggressive.
Oh, we've had this discussion.
we talked about this.
Yeah.
On
When we have
this
an argument.
podcast.
Yeah.
We have an argument.
It is.
People say passive aggressive.
Can be.
Worst one, I did that same thing on my mum, and I said to her, what's yours? Looked on her phone, it's genuinely the aubergine. And do you know what my
We
mum
did
said?
say he's a handsome fella, didn't we?
But do you know what my mum said? My mum goes, what's wrong with her? And I go, what means a cock? Right, and she goes, no, it doesn't. I was like, it does. She goes, I said, what have you been using it for then? She goes, when my mates say, oh, what do you want to have for dinner? Where do you want to go for dinner? She says
Angina.
that. I said, Mum, I hope they're taking you to a restaurant.
That's amazing. That is unbelievable.
Mine's heart eyes.
Is it?
Yeah.
We were discussing the thumbs up, right? So if it's like if Abby says to me like, "Why have you done really something really angry?" I'll just go,
Yeah.
And I'm like to
thumbs
my
up.
phone.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a wind up.
I
That's a
think
big-
that's more passive aggressive to
Yeah.
an argument.
Yeah. All right, babe. Well done.
Okay.
Cheers.
Yeah, people always think that, you know, when you on like WhatsApp, you can like hold it down and send an emoji just attached to the message. People think that's like,
Oh,
people think that's
a
passive aggressive.
reply.
Yeah.
Why like
I
that?
don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I
The
Yeah.
choice
I like
needs
an
to
emoji.
be.
Easy.
The choice
There's a lot
needs
that
to
goes
be
on, isn't
more,
there? Yeah, well, listen, you know, we've discussed emojis quite a bit on it. Won't go into it now.
Mine's the no entry sign. It's most popular on mine.
Favourite thing to do on the day off?
Watch football, mate.
Yeah.
Like,
Or come
Call
on the
of
therapy
Duty.
crouch.
Yeah, to be honest, that is no banter. That is actually my life. How it goes. I've got a setup where I literally go from like in between. If the football's on, and then at halftime I'll go back to Call of Duty, and then in between the next game back to Call of Duty. Then back.
Sounds like a good setup, that.
Mate, I'm not joking. My Saturdays are literally outrageously insular.
Yeah. I like the sound of it. Okay, favourite song at the moment?
Favorite song. I'm gonna go. I like Tom Grennan, man. Like he's my guy. He's got a new song out.
Yeah, saw that, yeah.
Yeah. Hi,
he's
he's
good,
a great
Tom.
guy, man.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Favourite TV show?
Well, I've only just started watching Game of Thrones.
I've never seen it.
It's the
You wanna
most
start?
boring show I've ever seen in my
Oh,
life.
that's big shout, that.
Bro, I'm 6 episodes in. It's so boring.
No. Shut up.
These all love it.
What, when
So-
Sean Bean... Sorry.
No!
When Sean...
Don't.
Sean... Okay.
Don't.
Gone early there, didn't I?
No, I'll say favourite of all time, Keenan and Kel.
Oh, really?
He's bankrupt him.
Is he?
Sorry, favourite of the day.
Bankrupt? What, Kel or Keenan?
The bigger guy.
Oh no, they spent
No
too much
way.
money on orange
Oh,
soda.
mate, to be fair, they were living a dream back in the day.
Yeah, mate, Keenan and Kel, like that's like you have shows that are like happy shows. It's either that or The Simpsons,
Really?
bro. Like, are you starting to realise that I am just a
Child.
31-year-old child?
No,
Yeah, I
you're,
am.
I'm just jealous. I love my Saturdays to be like,
Our
I might
Saturdays
come
are,
round.
Yeah,
we're
right.
just can't kids round everywhere.
Yeah,
on
we are.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
so
listen,
much.
Roman, thanks so much for coming on, mate.
No,
Obviously,
thanks, guys.
like, you know, we love people like you coming on.
Thanks.
It's
No,
fantastic.
thank you so
and
much.
Next time, bring your dad.
Do you know what?
Joking.
That is. I'll leave you on this. The two things that I get told every time is number one, where's your dad? Second one is didn't realise you were tall. That was it.
You
But I'm
are
not tall next
tall.
to you,
You
so
are
it's fine.
tall.
People always think I've got short energy. Apparently.
Yeah, oh, that's
Yeah.
harsh.
Cheers.
Wouldn't say that at all.
Yeah.
No, you've got
But on that, thank you.
No. Absolute pleasure. Thanks so much for coming on, mate.
Roman Kemp. Woo!
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, he's lovely, Roman.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he really is. I really enjoyed
And
having him
well
on.
trained. I like
Shoes
the
off
fact
at
that
the
he
door.
took his shoes off at the door.
Yeah, and he called you out for having your shoes on the couch.
I know.
Yeah, that
They
is.
are brand
Yeah,
new,
but
to be fair.
Yeah, they are. I just felt funny getting my feet out in front of a stranger.
Yeah.
Did you?
I'm getting really
I get that.
self-conscious about my feet lately.
Are you? We get a bit.
Well, Helen, my makeup artist, said that they looked like they belonged in a morgue yesterday
Fucking hell.
on our shoot because they were like,
Wow.
because I'm so white, my feet were like mint green, mint green, and they're not
minty them feet, lad.
they're not the straightest, but they are
Lovely your feet,
they are
babe. Don't-
pedicured and soft.
They are lovely, babe. Don't let people get you down.
Can't be perfect.
No. God has to leave room for the others.
Exactly that.
Okay, well, should we get into the agony abs?
Let's get into them.
Yeah. Hi, Abbey, Pete and Ross. I'm currently enjoying a glass of wine whilst watching the Therapy Crouch, and I thought I'd write in for some advice on a weekly wine of my own. I'm a huge fan of the show and love tuning in with my partner. Your banter's very relatable, and I often see a reflection of us in your conversations. Here's my question. Abbey, my partner is a football fanatic. Really, he's all about that football life. I love that he's passionate. I love that he's passionate about it, but sometimes it feels like I'm in a relationship with the sport itself. I enjoy supporting his team, catching the occasional big game on TV, but I find myself wondering how you handle the whole football obsession in your relationship. We've been together for 2 years, and while I knew what I was signing up for, it often feels like our quality time gets sidelined by match schedules. So am I being unreasonable here, or is it time for me to find a hobby of my own? Yes. Any advice would be appreciated. I'm staying anonymous, but let's be real. He'll know it's from me. I don't think he will know because we actually get quite a lot of these.
We get a few of these.
This is quite a
To
big
be
problem.
honest,
What? Like, how have you come? Sorry, Maggie's joined us, by the way. I hope that's okay.
I don't think you're that obsessive in the house.
I try. I just. It's my thing, and I don't really involve you in it, do I?
No.
I'll be watching a match. And you won't even really know.
No, because most of the time you're at the match.
When I'm
it's
working
when
and stuff
you're
like that.
working, it's the games that you want to watch. You're kind of punditing on them. But I actually don't mind the odd little Sunday sesh in the house while I'm pottering around, making the dinner.
Yeah.
I'm craving these days. We should do this Sunday.
Yeah, when we do, we stayed in last Sunday. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I want to bin those effing iPads and just play Kids Articulate,
Yeah.
Kids Trivial Pursuit,
Games that you can win at.
games that I can win at. Yeah.
What? But have you got any advice for this person
I
here?
think she just needs to have a conversation. Just be like, look, I know it's a passion of yours, but it's hell not mine. So we need to come to a compromise. And I hate that terminology in a relationship, that a relationship is a compromise, because that sounds shit, doesn't it? It just sounds like you don't want to be there.
Yeah.
But times like this, we should call for a compromise. And he, just
also, like, it's healthy to have separate interests. I think, if she's got an interest as well that she might want to do, she might want to do something else on a Saturday. And like then they come together at the end of it and go like, "How was your day? Talk about it. Go for dinner
yeah.
and chat." I think it's healthy to have that
Yeah,
as
get
well.
another hobby. Not a
I
bad
actually
joke.
want to
She
go
said
to
that.
Longleat this weekend.
Yeah.
Just thought about it. Do you fancy it? Do you fancy that?
Loads of football on though.
And that's the kids what they want to do. But,
About 7 p.m. something like that.
but you can watch it in the car. I'll drive.
Get 5 level.
There you go.
Get it on your
You
Kindle.
just saw it like first hand there.
Get it on your Kindle.
Yeah, you can watch it on the
Journey.
phone on the journey
Yeah.
whilst you drive going to Longleat. You can have a lovely family day.
Bosh.
Bosh.
Job done.
I can feed a red panda. You can watch the match.
Yeah, there's compromise there somewhere, and also I think he's got to pick if there's a reasonably shit game.
You can't
you
be
can catch
watching
up on
shit games like Arsenal,
Man City.
Reading.
Yeah,
Arsenal
Man City.
Red. That clash.
You know,
Super Sunday fixture.
Derby. innit?
Great.
Okay, let's compromise. Like he's never going to change, unfortunately.
Sometimes you just have to choose your battles. I get it though if she's feeling neglected and it's
I
it's
do get it.
infringing into her time, because I think that's when you rein it in, don't you? Even
Some
with
people
golf
watch
as well.
everything, and then
But
like,
you're actually quite good at recognizing that.
the time and the place.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. Don't push your luck. Hi both. I'm a mum to a very tall 16-year-old struggling to find him some jeans. I thought you might be able to point me in the right direction. He's between 32 waist but 6'4". I can't find him jeans to fit unless I pay mega bucks, as he's still growing and I don't want to do that yet. He is adopted and the only description on birth family is they were very tall. Please help. All the extra long ones I could find are far too big in his waist and legs. Thanks. A frazzled mum of 3 boys, Lynn. Well, Lynn, I'm going to change your life here. tootall.com. I've said it many a
I
time.
was talking about this yesterday, like with Jessie, my stylist. It's like that shop needs a rebrand. It's off-putting.
The fact it's called too
Too
tall.
tall.
Oh, like too tall. Like, yeah.
It's too tall.
Yeah.
That has a negative connotation for me. But obviously it's directing.
But it's very
Too-
memorable, isn't it? I think. I'd
It's
remember
memorable.
Too Tall over Giacomo, for example,
Giacomo just reminds me of some mad with a flannel shirt and he's going to go and cut down a tree.
Long, tall, sell it.
Thing is with the Giacomo is like that is the wide, like it's like High and Mighty was one back in the day as well, and it's very much like
The width.
you got to
But
be
it's
big and tall.
Yeah.
Whereas too tall is just tall, so you can have a big waist or a small waist and you're fit. So honestly, genuinely, the jeans in that are quite good.
Yeah.
Like I look incredible.
The thing is, that is a thing though with because even I get it with big feet. And if I'm getting like a thigh high, a knee high boot, if you're a size 4, it's like snug on the calf. But if you get a size 7, the calf is like a wader. So I'm like, just because I've got
So
big feet
true.
doesn't mean I've got ginormous calves.
Yeah.
So true. And also, like, I'll be honest with you, this tootool.com, like, it's reasonably priced. I've put plenty of tall gentlemen onto this, and the trousers and jeans, like, they're good.
You should bring your own range.
And
up
they're not expensive.
Cardis,
Few cardies, yeah, put a shout.
cashmere. You should do a little cashmere collection.
What ones that I don't have to roll up?
Yeah.
You still
Fit
roll
on
up
the arm.
things that fit you.
I'm just used to it now. You know what I mean? So like, but yeah, it's the trials and tribulations of the taller gentleman.
And annoyingly, you had about 1 million pairs of those Dior jeans because Dior jeans are so long. But that
Really
was
long,
like
yeah.
before Too Tall.
Yep, just had to remortgage your house.
It had to be Dior, but I gave them all away to Scott, and Scott just had them cut,
Oh, yeah.
hemmed. Scott had them hemmed. 'Cause Scott's tall as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he is tall, Scott. I thought that the other day when I went to his house. He's taller than me.
Is he?
Oh, what about my height? I always assumed he was a bit shorter.
He's
Yeah,
6'3",
Yeah.
6'2",
he's tall.
6'3".
Anyway, that really is a lifesaver. Really is. But like, I agree with what you're saying about the name. It's to be called like some
Yeah,
sort
but
of.
it's like, that's a
Should
gorgeous
embrace the
dress.
tallness
Yeah,
of
but
the-
like, where'd you get that dress? It's gorgeous. Oh, it's, Zara, or it's, Armani.
Just need like a.
Where's that? Oh, Too Tall. You
No,
don't really
need
want to
like an
be.
Italian name or something, don't you?
It needs to be uno grande,
Uno grande.
Alto.
alto,
You need like an Italian. You need like a Paco Hom.
alpaca ham.
Paco Hom.
You're a ham.
Oh, God,
Alto ham.
Alto ham, yeah. Well, that's Spanish, so I don't know about Italian. El alto.
If you type in Google, I'm too tall for jeans. Where do I go? Too tall.
Tall.com.
Yeah, the names. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Okay, last one. Hi guys, I think I'm losing my best friend, and I need help. My best friend has always been more of a sibling to me than even my actual siblings, and we are virtually telepathic when it comes to a sense of humour. People we fancy, things we like, dislike, you get the picture. However, a couple of years ago...
Although that's tricky, fancying the same person as your friend.
Yeah.
I don't have the same taste of any of my friends, thankfully.
I'm thinking more like celeb crushes, though. You want to chat, oh, she's gorgeous, isn't she? Do you know what I mean? Not like us competing for the same girl. But if my mate had wildly different taste, I'd be a bit like, he's weirder.
See, I like blondes, Kaz likes brunettes.
Yeah.
So we're never going to be
Clashing.
fighting over men, even though we're both married. In our celeb crushes. You're my celeb crush.
Oh, my babe. Great. However, a couple of years ago, I had to move away with work, and ever so gradually, I feel like our relationship has become more and more distant. He's my best pal, and I feel guilty because I was the one who moved away, and I'm so shit on my phone when it comes to checking in. The good news is, when we do see each other, it's like nothing's changed, but that is like once or twice a year now, which I can't see changing anytime soon. Any tips on how I can be a better best bud? Thanks. I'm a bit shit at this as well.
You are the worst.
I'm
See,
awful.
I speak to my friends 10 times a day. Like Kaz, like his son Luca, when I call him, he goes, Abby Clancy. And Tommy's like that in the background. You're not speaking to Abby again, are you? He's like, I've got no idea what the hell you're talking about. You spoke to her 3 seconds ago. And, Shaz and Lucinda, I speak to them a million times. But it's just like if you get a thought, you'll call them and go, did you see that on the TV? What do you think about this? It's just like being in the room with someone,
I just
but
don't do
throughout
that.
the day, where Pete doesn't speak to any of his friends. He has a WhatsApp group. But they're equally all as bad.
Yeah, like if one of my mates called me, I'll go, oh my God, like, thanks.
Something's happened.
He's in trouble.
Yeah.
He's in big trouble. No one would call me and go like, oh, what do you think of that new documentary? What? I'd go, pardon? Don't ever call me for that.
Did you catch Brenda's hands this weekend, Crouch?
How's the family?
No, but like my friends today, for example, I'm like, oh, Jack's not well, Pete's got a sore eye. And they're like, oh, they've been in the health shop, they've bought me stuff, they've just dropped it off. It's like, that's what friends do. We speak all the time.
I'd think it was mad if my mate, if I was, I'm feeling a bit under the weather, he came around with some Lemsip. I'd have to contemplate him being my friend.
What do you mean?
Well, I'd just be like, why have you done that?
That was too much.
Yeah,
I think that's fabulous.
I'd say that's too much.
I was in the car
much,
coming
yeah.
home yesterday from work, and I was stopped outside this pub, and there was a guy standing outside the pub, and he was looking. You could see he was like looking for someone waiting, and then another guy came, and then the faces were both like, and then they hugged, and they were both like had a tear in their eye, and I was in traffic, and I was crying.
Were you? Oh, that is lovely though, isn't it?
They like the series of facial expressions from where are they to there he is to and then they were hugging and they were both like so emotional and then the other one held the door up. He was like patting him on his back and it's just and I was like sobbing in the car and the girl was like, are you okay? That's when I saw the kebab shop and I was like, Pete, I really feel like a kebab.
Got one roller coaster of emotions. That's so beautiful on a kebab. No, that is nice. And listen, when I see my mates, obviously we're crap on the phone. When I see my mates, that is like that. Yeah, we're like, yes, I haven't seen you for ages.
Yeah, it picks off where it left off.
And it literally kicks off. And which is why I don't think you should worry, because if you meet each other and you feel a bit awkward with them, then it's a problem. But I think if you pick up where you left off and just try and meet up more, try and be better on the phone. I've tried to be better on the phone with my mates.
Have you?
I've tried to, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What have you put into play?
Well, they're coming over in a couple of weeks.
Well, I say to Pete, get everyone round. I'll do a lovely big roast. And he goes, yeah, I'll organise that. I'm like, have you invited everyone? Oh, no, forgot. Like, even to the point where Julesy texted me the other day, one of Pete's best friends who I adore. And he's like, Ab, I'm texting you because Pete's shit at organising anything.
Yeah, I am shit, but we're all pretty shit. But they're coming round soon.
You know what it's like yourself? Like, weekends are not like weekends pre-kids.
Yeah.
You know, weekends is football, tennis, this, that, do your food shopping. And homework, and then it's gone. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, must do better. All right, great episode. Lovely to have Roman on.
Yeah,
great
love
to sit
him.
on the couch with you.
Yeah.
Just living the dream here. We'll see you next week.